Now let's turn our attention to China. This morning, Typhoon Bebinca made a landfall in Shanghai. This is the strongest storm to hit China's financial capital in more than 7 decades. It comes just as the country is recovering from another typhoon, Typhoon Yagi, which left a trail of destruction as it passed through China earlier this month. Yagi is Asia's most powerful storm this year. Apart from China, it has devastated Vietnam, Laos and the Philippines. And now it is wreaking havoc in Myanmar. But the death toll has crossed 100, by the way, and storms, in fact, are not limited to Asia. Storm Boris is battering Central and Eastern Europe. At least 8 people have died. Across the world, storms are becoming stronger and more frequent. Our next story tells you why.
Trees toppled. Vehicles and homes battered. Streets flooded. This is Shanghai, the financial hub of China, which has come to a standstill. This morning, Typhoon Bebinca made landfall in Shanghai. Bebinca is the strongest storm to hit the city in 75 years. More than 400,000 residents have been evacuated. Hundreds of flights have been cancelled. Train services are shut. Highways are closed. But Shanghai's 25 million residents are not the only victims of Bebinca. The typhoon has already passed through Japan and the Philippines, where 6 people were killed. And now the typhoon is wreaking havoc in China, as the country is still recovering from another storm, Typhoon Yagi, the most powerful storm in Asia this year. Yagi passed through China this month. It killed at least 4 people and injured at least 95 others. Apart from China, Yagi has swept through Vietnam, Laos and the Philippines, where it proved devastating. Yagi caused severe flooding and in total killed at least 287 people. That is, until now. The storm has reached Myanmar. The death toll has risen by 113. At least 320,000 people have been displaced. 64 people are missing. Additionally, 66,000 houses and 375 schools have been destroyed. Several kilometers of roads have been washed away. Now, countries are pouring in aid. India has launched Operation Sadbhav, meaning goodwill, to send urgent supplies to Vietnam, Laos and Myanmar. India has pledged $1 million in aid. The UK has pledged $1.3 million. And Japan has provided $124,000 in aid. While Asia suffers from devastating storms, the disaster is not limited to the continent. Storm Boris is lashing Central and Eastern Europe. Austria, Poland, Romania and the Czech Republic are affected. 8 people have drowned. Hundreds of thousands of households are affected. Power outages are frequent and entire bridges have been swept away. No matter the country, climate change is making disasters worse, including storms like typhoons.
There is general consensus amongst the scientists that tropical cyclones are getting more intense, that tropical cyclones are getting wetter, that storm surges are increasing, which is due to the combination of the cyclone being more intense and sea level rise. So those are 3 factors that we generally agree on.
Typhoons are rare in regions like Shanghai, but that's where Bebinca made landfall. And in places where typhoons are normal, they are only becoming more intense.
This is due to a meteorological fact, a meteorological principle, which is that warm air can hold more moisture. So as the atmosphere is getting warmer, the typhoons in themselves are also getting wetter, so they can bring more rain when they make landfall. So those rainfall totals that you see in Yagi, which are exceeding 400 millimeters, chances are that we're going to see those rainfall totals more often in the future.
Natural disasters are causing widespread destruction, and people are paying the price of climate change with their lives.